So ever since the attack, the disgusting attack from Hamas onto Israel, there's been a lot of people clashing. Ben Shapiro has been against it, and sometimes the speaker that is Ben Shapiro. So ever since the disgusting attacks of Hamas, a lot of people have been clashing and attacking other people for it. Oh, some people are actually disgusting or for Hamas. Some people, for some reason, think that Israel should destroy all of Palestine or all of Gaza just to attack Hamas. Yes, I know. I do not think that what Hamas did was right, and I think they should be destroyed for it. But what I do think, and justice should be served, is that not the innocence of Palestine or the innocence of Gaza, the people who live there, should be punished for the things that Hamas, the terrorist extremist Muslim group, did in name of their blasphemous religion. Now, there's been a lot of talk between, especially people like Ben Shapiro, Andrew Tate, and Tristan Tate, and there's been a lot of beef in between this, so we're going to get into that. So it all started when there was a big breaking in the UN when the UN speaker announced after peace talks, I believe, with Palestine, that they said we find this very disgusting and we want to have peace talks and kind of work in the middle, maybe work with Israel to stop this terrible Hamas group. And then Ben Shapiro replied to the people who are not of this terrorist group, mind you, they can F right off. Now that's a pretty weird response to saying we don't want Palestinians, innocents, to die, and we want to work together with Israel to stop this terrorist, terrible, disgusting group, and we want peace. And then Andrew Tate replied and said, "Mr. Tough Guy, let me assure you, as someone who does his own fighting, as opposed to excitingly encouraging others to do it for him, while sitting at home on a comfy chair, peace is always worth a conversation." And then Ben Shapiro replies back, "Let me assure you, as someone who has not pimped women and bragged about it, the morality requires that those who rape women and kidnap children must be eradicated, not negotiated with." And then Tristan Tate responded, and I was really confused with this response because it seems different than it actually was. It says, "A Jewish man speaking of the eradication of a race of people. 2023 is a scary time to be alive. I wonder how many of the women and kids who are soon to be obliterated, kidnapped, or raped anybody. My guess is zero. This is nihilistic and evil." And then Ben Shapiro responds, "I call for those who rape women and kidnap children to be eradicated. So not only are you immoral, you're apparently illiterate." And I was confused at this as well. I thought he is talking about the Hamas group, the terrible, terrible terrorist organization that is raping, attacking, killing, and murdering babies, women, and men, and old grandma and grandpas. Yeah. I don't see why Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are for Hamas. This is actually disgusting. And then the follow-up tweet really shed some light on what he really believed. "Yeah, I'm sure only men who fight for Hamas die in these airstrikes you're praising. The footage from the ground says otherwise. Either you've changed your tune in 22 hours or you literally forget what you post." And then he sent a Twitter thing of them getting shot down and of the bombing, which really does shed light on this. At first I thought, yo, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, how do you have this much of a retarded opinion? How can you be for Hamas? How can you be for terrorists? But really, I see this. This is a good thing. They are for the peace, and they are for helping people. And that is what we should strive for. Not Ben Shapiro saying we should eradicate everybody and anybody who is Palestinian just for the terrible things that one group did just because their home base is in that city. In fact, the people in that city might be subject to terrible things such as rape, interrogation, and things of the sort, where they'll try to get information from people or they'll try to force people to join them. A lot of these things can happen within that group. So really, I think we should be focusing, really focusing on getting the Hamas terrorist terrible group that has done these things. I think Israel and Palestine should fund efforts into stopping this group and form peace. And I think I was confused at first. I was like, maybe Tristan and Andrew Tate are kind of retarded right now, so shilling for Hamas because they're Muslim. And then I realized that Ben Shapiro is the one in the wrong here. He wants to end innocent lives just to stop Hamas. More violence doesn't beget violence, doesn't stop violence. But yet again, he is a Jewish. He does not know that it is no longer an eye for an eye or tooth for a tooth. Christ forgives, okay? And the only way through it is kindness, and it is not killing other innocents to get back from them killing our innocents. or yours, since I'm not actually Jewish. But it's not the way to go. More violence begets more violence, which is why killing innocent people is not the way to do this. And the way to solve and resolve this is to go after those who killed innocents, not bomb everybody else in the process. And yeah, this really shed light on the situation and gave a new topic of peace. And I'm glad that they're working for efforts to do that. And it's sad to see that even people so intelligent, such as Ben Shapiro, do not see that we can have peace throughout these situations. And it's just sad to see. I hope the Palestinians, the innocent people, and Jews, the people who do not care about war, religion, even a lot of people aren't religious there, a lot of people just want peace, and I hope they find peace, and I hope they find the people who did these disgusting things and punish them accordingly, especially in a tribalistic place like Jerusalem, Israel, Palestine, the Middle East. Their punishments will be great, and they will beget the same things that they beget to those other people, the things that they did, the terrible things. Justice shall be served, and we should just keep them in our prayers and hope that no more innocents have to die. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to show how I thought Ben Shapiro was right, then I realized, oh no, they're not shilling for Hamas. They're just talking about how Palestine and Palestinians don't deserve to be bombed, and more innocent lives don't deserve the same innocent lives taken as the Israelites just because they are in the same country as the people who did this disgusting vile things. And I think the justice shall be served, and hopefully people like Ben Shapiro will come to the right mind and realize, yeah, maybe innocents on the other side shouldn't die just because innocents on our side died. Maybe the real people who did it should die. I mean, it's pretty simple and plain as that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Click wherever I put it. If you want to see my video, well, I talk about how Brazo it was in the situation. Yeah, I guess he was right saying that we shouldn't have Palestinians randomly die. But Brazo tried to say that Ben Shapiro is the one that's never hurt or gone through any crap, when he has quite literally made his living off of scamming off Andrew Tate going to prison and a YouTuber dying of cancer. He milked both situations and put a false charity donation, and now he's acting like he's this tough guy G when he's just a 16-year-old scammer. Click.